Good day, everyone. I am Mac Andre M. Solano II, and my report is all about pragmatism. My personal philosophy is creating a learning environment that is student centered and integrated with ICT technologies such as learning delivery platform while understanding the inner being of the students, which allows them to open their personal experiences. In this philosophy, students is given opportunity to learn based on their capacity and capability. Lessons are designed and aligned to their talents and skills to learn, and they are being heard of their sentiments in life to help them cope with their personal experiences, not only in the school but also at home. Pragmatism, as the word pragmatic means, the quality of dealing with the problem in a sensible way that suits the conditions that really exist rather than following a fixed theories, ideas, or rules. Pragmatism is an educational philosophy that says education should be teaching students the things that are practical for life and encourages them to grow into better people. The term pragmatism derives its origin from a Greek word pragma, meaning activity or practice or action. An action gets priority over thought. Pragmatism is also known as expenditure, which believes in practicability or utility depending upon the truth, reality, goodness, or badness, which are all relative terms and are not predetermined or absolute. Pragmatism tends to hold the idea that the truth, fact, or yesterday needs to be experienced truly today and tomorrow. It idealizes the activity on the basis of its consequences over time frame. In short, it conceptualizes an interference on the basis of change or changing needs, circumstances, and places. Pragmatism and aims of education. Pragmatists believe that life is dynamic, which is subjected to constant change. Hence, the aims of education are bound to be dynamic. According to a pragmatist, education deals with human life, so it must help the children to fulfill their biological and social needs. Education should enable a child to create values in his life. In the words of Ross, education must create new values. The main task of educator is to put the educand in a position to develop values for him. The aims of education as formulated by the pragmatists are the following: to create new values, to enable pupils to gather experience through activity, to help the pupil or students to adjust with him and the society, to help the pupil to reconstruct his experience, to make all-round development of the pupil. Contribution of pragmatism to education. Activity lies at the center of all educative process. The basis of all teaching is the activity of the child, according to Foster. Every continuous experience or activity is educative, and all education, in fact, resides in having such experience. Pragmatism provides definite aims of education. The teaching methods are based on learning by doing. Pragmatism encourages a democratic way to learning through purposeful and cooperative projects and activities. Utility in the educative process is the first criterion. The school is expected to provide learning experiences that are useful. Education is not bound to tradition. Pragmatic philosophers advise us to test everything through our own experience. The teacher has to play a very challenging role in the education process under pragmatism, and he has to be very alert and watchful. Pragmatism and curriculum. Principle of utility. The principle of utility, according to the principle, only those subjects, activities, and experiences should be included in the curriculum which are useful to the present needs of the child and also meet the future expectations of adults' life as well. Principle of interest. According to this principle, only those activities and experiences where the child takes interest are of four varieties, namely interest in conversation, interest in investigation, interest in construction, and interest in creative expression. Principle of experience. The third principle of pragmatics curriculum is the child's activity, vocation, and experience. So all these three should be closely integrated. And the principle of integration, pragmatic curriculum deals with the integration of subjects and activities. Pragmatists want to construct flexible, dynamic, and integrated curriculum which aids the developing child and the changing society more and more as he needs, demands, and situation requires. My own reflection. Instead of focusing on things that do not physically exist and cannot be conveyed to a person without using real tools, events, and activities, pragmatism is more on the practical side of the reality that should actually exist. This concept excludes theories that need further evidence or testing before a conclusion can be reached. Ideas and principles can have varied applications in various contexts, which is why pragmatism does not typically take them into account. My synthesis: numerous principles are utilized in a child's holistic development in order to meet their individual demands in learning. However, some of these principles are in conflict with one another, which is why most teachers opt for a principle that applies to the current circumstance while also taking the well-being of the students in account. The only part of learning that is given attention by the pragmatics is the concrete and physical aspects. Pragmatism does not apply to non-visible or impractical things because they occasionally cannot be seen or touched or are used in real-world circumstances like beliefs, traditions, and hypotheses that are still being investigated. Although it is impractical to shape a student using only one principle, it is now up to the teacher's judgment to determine what lessons are most important for the students to learn. Again, I am Mac Andrew Solanam II, reporter of Pragmatism. Thank you, and God bless us all.